Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Fonts to search for the fonts you like, and I'll also show you how to add that to your HTML so that you can access the font. So we first of all need to go to this address here, which is fonts.google.com. So this is the Google Fonts directory, and basically you just look through to see whatever font you like. And if you see the font you like, you can click on the plus sign. It gives you a description and it gives you some sample text to see what the font look like. So just look through the fonts until you see the one you like. I know the one I like. If you know the one you like, you can search for it. The one I like is called Open Sans. Okay, so this is the font I like. So if you can see here, you can see the specimen, say C specimen. It will show you the specimen of the font. It tells you there it comes in bundle, there's light, italic, and so on. So these are the fonts. It also tells you the number of times the Google Fonts API served this font in the last week. It tells you Open Sans is featured in more than 18 million websites. So more than 18 million websites use this type of font. So the way you add this font to your HTML so that anyone who's viewing your page can see it, you do that using the Google API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So on the address you need, you go to developers.google.com/fonts/docs/getting started. So here, this is the Google developer site. It gives you some clues as to how to add it. It tells you here what the Google API, Fonts API does. It gives you, this guide explains how to use the Google Fonts API to add fonts to your web pages. You don't need to do any programming. All you have to do is add a special style sheet link to your HTML document so that you can refer to it in your CSS style font. So if you include the link, then you can use your CSS to manipulate it. So it gives you an example here. What you need to do, you copy the link, you copy this link here, and you specify the font you want. In my case, it will be Open Sans. So I'm just going to copy this and change this font from Tangerine to Open Sans. All I need here is this link here. I need to copy this entire link, this one here. So I have now added the link from the Google API and just changed the name of the font. So this is the font I want here. So that's how you include the Google font to your HTML document. Once you've added it, it must be added in the head section. So add it before any other CSS you've got. So this is my main CSS and this is the Google CSS. So this one will be referenced once you have to be online to access this Google API font. So whatever font you like on the Google font, you can add it using the same method. So once you've done that, just save it, and you can now go into your CSS and set values using that font you've just added. So if I go into my CSS, I can add the font family. So here where I've got my HTML, I can decide to add the font family. So I come here, I do font family, and for the font family I will just do, if you add in a font that has two words, you need to enclose the words in quotes. So I'll type in open and the other word is Sans. All right, so that's one font. You can see it has changed. You can see the font has changed already because I've added the link to the Google font. When you're adding font family, always good to add a substitute. So I'm going to add another one called sans serif. So this will be the substitute. If that font is not available, it will default to that one. So that's my font added. And the next thing I want to do is just add a font size for my entire HTML element. So I do font size. This is the current font size. So I just want to try different size and see what it looks like. This is 10 pixels. Let's see what it looks like for 10 pixels. Okay, it hasn't changed that much. I'll make it 12 and see what it does. I'll save that. Okay, so 12 made it a little bit bigger. In this video, I showed you how to use the Google font directory to search for a font you like, and I also showed you an example of adding the font to your HTML via the Google Font API. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.